everyone, and greetings to all my writers and readers around the world. Today, we will know in depth the incredible story of the book The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. The Island of Dr. Moreau is a science fiction novel in which H.G. Wells reflects on the limits of science when the person does not intend to obtain other than personal benefit, leaving aside any ethical implication in the other research. The book reflects how at the end of the 19th century, the British scientific community hotly debated the possibility of abolishing animal vivisection. This was an act of the cruelty towards animals. For this reason, the detractors considered it unnecessary torture that could really promote scientific progress, since this practice represents a moral setback. The publication of this book was accompanied by a very large controversy, being classified as sensationalistic, morbid, among other qualities. In addition, its lack of scientific credibility was criticized in the face of the possibility that a man could create completely new species by altering its basic structure by taking elements from others. Today, due to its great scientific advance, it could be summarized as genetic engineering. The novel being with a prolonged science by the nephew and heir of the true protagonist, Edward Prendick, who affirmed that this story is taken from the diary written by his uncle during the 11 months that he was missing after the shipwreck of his ship. In this period of time, Prendick described the rescue of him by the crew of the Ipecacuanha, the relationship of the only passenger on board and his rescuer Montgomery, as well as his first encounter with his deformed servant, a native named Emmeline. Despite the rejection caused by the sight of that face with its Goya esque features, Prendick cannot stop looking, certain that he had seen them before in another creature. As the story progresses, always narrative in first person, we arrive at the island of Dr. Moreau to discover the horror that taking place in House of Pain. There, always taking refuge in the unlimited power that science is capable of providing to man. The deranged mind of the scientific performs vivisection to endow animals with humanity. The initial shock is increased by the initial shock of nocturne setting, in which the predominance of shadows of ignorance incitates greater confusion, both for the protagonist and for the reader, given the inability to identify the true form of this creature. For this, we have a paragraph that describes Prendick's reaction to this creature and there reflect his astonishment at this creature. This paragraph belongs to the chapter called The Strange Face and says, "We left the cabin and found a man, and the companion strutting our way. He was standing off the ladder with his back to us, peering over the coping of the hatchway. He was, I could see, a massive man, short, broad, and clumsy, with a crooked back, a hairy neck, and a head sunk between his shoulders of him. He was dressed in dark blue serge, and had peculiarly thin, coarse black hair, a hair the unseen dogs grow furiously, and forthwith the duck back. Coming into contact with the hand, I put out to fan him off from myself. He turned with animal sweetness. But do you want to know what happened next? Stay, the best is coming in the next part.